But I always ask most of the guests I've had on, do they condemn Hamas? It's become a sort of running thing, which people have mocked me for. But the reason I ask it is I think if you don't condemn what Hamas did on October the 7th, I find it very hard to stomach anything you then want to say about anything else, because it should be condemned by everybody. Here, you have a group from Ireland who are publicly endorsing Hamas post-October the 7th. Why shouldn't people be outraged by that?
In Britain today, a rap group's lyrics about genocide are causing more outrage than the genocide itself. I mean, Sharon talks about kneecap inciting violence with a fist, but we're completely, so far, 10 minutes into the segment, ignoring the actual extreme violence Israel is using in Gaza every single day, burning entire families in tents. That is violent and aggressive, killing children on a daily basis.
Your lot did that to Jews. You're talking about what the Palestinians did to the Jews, are you?
Piers, kneecap is under investigation, not because they incited violence, but because they dared to do what I just did, call out Israel's mass killing of children, its military occupation. And in other words, they're giving voice to a generation.
Well, hang on, okay, but hang on.
Gaslit.
Hang on a second. Hang on, Sharon. Let me ask Ahmed one question. Would you then endorse the sentence, up Hamas, up Hezbollah? Do you believe that is okay?
I wonder, when you ask me this, if I were to flip it to you or Sharon, would you support Hail Israel or support Israel when Israel's murdering children very violently on a daily basis? And it's being done?
I haven't said that anyway.
Hezbollah is killing
I'm asking you the same question you asked
not
me,
Israelis.
Piers.
No, Ahmed, here's my point.
Do I think that if your question is, do I think that the people in Gaza have a right to resist genocide, ethnic cleansing, and occupation? Yes, but Piers.
No, well, hang on. Well, that's interesting. Well, that's interesting, Ahmed. Let me ask you just to clarify that. Does that mean you think that October the 7th was an act of resistance and therefore justified?
I don't know. What was October 8th?
Well, let me ask you about October the 7th. Don't play whataboutery. Just answer directly.
But Piers, why are we talking about October the 7th? I thought I was here to talk about kneecap. Can I just? I'm not.
Because you're the one who decided to move it, with respect to you, into a wider context about whether people would condemn what Israel has done. So I'm just saying to you, would you condemn what Hamas did on October the 7th or not?
Of course I would condemn the killing of innocent civilians, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Right.